Hi guys, welcome to the Fighters channel. WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury, during the announcing press conference dedicated to his fight with Dillian Whyte, said that he would end his career after this fight. Tyson commented on his decision. "The only motivation right now for me is money. After the fight with Dillian, I will earn £100 million. I doubt I can spend it. I know that Mike Tyson spent $500 million. Holyfield spent $400 million, and many others were left without aimings. But I do not lead a luxurious lifestyle. My house is in a Morecambe, and living there is not expensive. I don't have habits that can hit my pocket. For example, I don't gamble, where you can lose a lot of money. I have something I want to do, and at the same time I will avoid damage to my brain. I have 6 children and a wife who deserve my attention. Why should I become one of those guys who took their retirement too long and got seriously injured as a result? I want to live as the best, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. I want to do a Netflix documentary or a Hollywood feature film, and also be a good husband and father," Fury said. Recall that Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte will fight on April 23 at Wembley Stadium in London, United Kingdom. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoyed the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Anthony Joshua is ready to wait for a rematch with Alexander Usyk. I will have no problems holding an interim fight. I like to fight with good fighters. They challenge me. Usyk was a good challenge. I need to get better in all aspects and improve other nuances in order to win. Usyk is a good fighter. I respect him and Andy Ruiz, and I respect myself and also push myself and get back to work, so I can fight harder. I will have no problem holding an intermediate fight. I will fight anyone. No problem. Joseph Parker wants to have a rematch with me? I will beat him too. I will fight Parker. I will fight anyone, anywhere. It's just a fight, so I'll fight 100%, Anthony Joshua said. AJ also told what conclusions he came to after a painful defeat by Alexander Usyk in September last year. "Well, I realized that you never need to make excuses. Deal with it. Do your bullshit in life. Get together and don't show your weakness too much, especially in our time. The fact is that you can raise a false alarm on social networks, trying to attract attention. Never show your weakness on social networks. Do your shit privately. Few people will care about you. So quietly deal with your shit. I'm trying to say that you need to be a man and settle your affairs when the situation becomes difficult. If you don't, it will overwhelm you," Anthony said. Joshua claims that his coaching staff will be headed by Angel Fernandez, who previously worked as an assistant to head coach Rob McCracken. Earlier, there were rumors that Eddie Reynolds, Ronnie Shields or Virgil Hunter could coach Joshua. However, in the end, AJ, according to his words, decided to limit himself to a minor restructuring in his team. "Now I'm working with Angel Fernandez. He is based in London. Fernandez has already been in my camp for the last 3 years. He was with me before the last 3 title fights. Yes, he will be my head coach," Anthony Joshua said. Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte have decided on the date of the fight for the WBC heavyweight title. The fight will take place on April 23 in London, at Wembley Stadium, and Fury has already stated that probably this fight will be the last in his career. "This is the last fight in my career, after which I will retire from the sport. $115 million in the bank. Healthy, young. I will buy a huge yacht abroad. I'm leaving. This is my last fight. I've had enough," Fury said. Well, the career of the Gypsy King turned out to be amazing. but Fury's main task right now is to go undefeated, and according to the bookmakers, he has every chance of it. Tyson Fury is ready to retire from boxing as a king. Yes, there probably won't be a fight with Anthony Joshua, but even without him, Fury's list of victims is impressive. Before Whyte, Fury twice showed Deontay Wilder that the draw in the first fight with him was an accident. 2 knockouts, and there was no doubt about Tyson's greatness. Fury is a unique boxer. He fought with fighters with completely different styles, but it did not become an unsolvable problem. Neither should Dillian Whyte. Fury is faster, more technical, more resilient. Of course, he will dominate the whole fight. At the same time, it should be noted that Fury is far from a reckless fighter. He will spend a couple of rounds on exploration, identify weaknesses. Somewhere he will allow himself to play with an opponent like a cat with a mouse. Well, and then knocks him out. As for Whyte, he is of course very strong, and his blow can shake anyone. But what will he be able to oppose Fury? The defense is not at the best level. Ask Alexander Povetkin. In the rematch, Whyte, of course, recapped in full, but here no one will give him a second attempt. Pressure, rapprochement, a series of sideways that can shake Tyson. And 4-5 rounds for everything about everything. As soon as the fight approaches a quarter, the carriage will turn into a pumpkin, and there will be only the question: will Whyte survive until the end of the fight? Whyte's chance is one combination. Can it pass? Yes, because for Fury, this fight is boring in a sporty way. Dillian is not a rival who can excite him. Rather, he will think that this is his last fight, and to finish beautiful is quite a motivation, which deprives Dillian of illusions. Yes, probably, the denouement will not be quick. Tyson is not one of those who stuns the opponent from the first seconds, but closer to the middle of the fight, Whyte's gloves will begin to fill with leading weight, and the blows will become more and more sweeping and slow, and Fury will take advantage of that. WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury and mandatory WBC challenger Dillian Whyte have agreed on a date for the fight. According to the Daily Mail, the match will take place on April 23. An official announcement is expected next week. It is not yet completely clear where exactly the fight will take place. Only one thing is clear: it will be one of the British stadiums, since both fighters represent Great Britain. The most important step towards the organization of the expected fight was made on Friday, when the WBC held an auction in Mexico for the right to organize the fight. The largest was the bid of Fury's promoter Frank Warren, who offered $41 million against the $23 million that Matchroom Boxing, representing Whyte's interest, is willing to pay. Note that so much for the right to hold the championship fight has never been paid before. Recall that the main target of Tyson Fury is not Dillian Whyte at all, but Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk, who holds the IBF, WBA, WBO titles. The prospect of identifying the first absolute heavyweight world champion in more than 2 decades is so attractive to promoters that they are willing to pay generously to bring British and Ukrainian fighters into the ring as soon as possible. The difficulty is that Fury was obliged to fight with Whyte, and Usyk needs to have a rematch with Anthony Joshua. Fury's team was working on an option that will lead him to a fight with Usyk directly. He stipulated that Joshua would receive $15 million and Whyte $5 million for stepping aside. Some Saudi Arabia investors who wanted to hold a championship match in their country had to finance such generosity, but it was not possible to reach an agreement. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.